morning. This is a Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. Welcome those who are winding their way into our sanctuary, and those are on Facebook. And this is who we are. That's who we are, and who you'll experience today. And who is with us today is, I may look like a little taller, much heavier, same kind of hair as Dr. Sue, but she had to help a friend at the last moment. So I am here, and all is good in the world as far as I'm concerned in this moment, in this very, very moment. And also Buzz and Lynn, Lynn Chaplin-Noe and Buzz are with us, Buzz Noe, and our Bill Rotella, and behind the scenes, of course, Sandy and Marcia always. And we are blessed with all of the people that support us. And speaking of one of our greatest supporters, Reverend Lynn, will you come up and tell us more about us?
I'll tell you all about us. Good morning, everybody. Good morning back there.
Yay!
We're at the Universal Amphitheater. Oh, that's gone, isn't it? Well, we're here. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. We are a praying church, and our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And the way we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living an abundant and fulfilling life in a welcoming, compassionate community. And we always celebrate the flames of faith that represent all of the religions in the world that step forward in love. All of the religions, Buddhism, Sufism, Hinduism, Christianity, all of the religions that step forward in love. There's that one fine thread that runs through all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love. We come from love, and we honor our oneness within us all. And now it is my pleasure to welcome up on the stage to give us Betty Ann's quote, our beloved, it's either Reverend Pam or here she comes, Marcia Beebe, our wonderful practitioner. Good morning, Marcia.
Good morning. Thank you, Reverend Lynn. Good morning. Good morning. This is a great day. Do you know what day it is? Yes, it's May 1st, and it is today, and it's also World Laughter Day. We are laughing for peace. And Betty Ann would love this day. Reverend Betty Ann loved to laugh and sing and dance and just enjoy life. And she loved to encourage all of us to enjoy life too. So together, let's read her affirmation. Today, I choose to focus on spiritual perfection, outpicturing as moments of happiness, love, and wonder. I am willing to express God in every area of my life. And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Betty Ann. And now Reverend Pam is coming back up, so let's welcome her up with some laughs.
have several people who are committed to laughing here from Laughter Yoga, and we welcome Joan and Lee and, of course, Marcia and others who do this daily. So, I don't even know how to do it as good as Marcia did. So, on this wonderful moment, I'm now going to introduce Daniel Namaud, and we're really talking about batting 1,000 today, which is batting for and looking for perfection. So please enjoy Empty Hands, opening and being receptive.
When Thank you, Daniel Nahmod. And I'm, of course, Buzz Noe, and I'm here for our opening affirmation. Oh, I should use the mic. There you go. Now you can hear me. Oh, and there should be stage lights also, so you can see me. Oh, I know. I know I'm not good to look at, but it's Laughter Day, so you can get a joke out of that. And speaking of Laughter Day, what do baseball players and bakers have in common?
Perfection.
No, they both rely on a good batter. All right. So much for Laughter Day. But here I am to start us off. And as we know, there is one source to all life, one source to everything in the universe. We call that source God. And we know right here and right now, in this singular moment in the eternal and continuing evolution of time and space, there is one source that brings us here, brings us together, and that is God. And so we're here to thank God. And we're here to know that in that oneness with God, since we are from that source, we are connected simply by being here with the one God that is the source to all life. And knowing that we are connected with God, and that what we put out into the universe is coming back to us through the infinite oneness of God, let us continue to know that as we go forth in our lives, motivated primarily by love, adding to that kindness, compassion, caring, sharing, giving as we can, when we can, those same aspects of life will be coming back to us tenfold from the infinite oneness of God. And so with this in mind, we go forth on our Sunday service, getting ready to hear what Rev Pam has to say, getting ready to connect and know that we are all here in the oneness that is the source of life. And knowing that, we can be confident that life will continue to, as Betty Ann always said, unfold perfectly no matter what. And knowing this, we can release these words, these thoughts, these prayers, this consciousness into the oneness of God, to take care of the details with the infinite power that God represents, while we continue to go forward in life with a positive affirmation that life is good. And knowing that this is the case, and knowing that we are here in this oneness, and knowing that life is wonderful, let us close by saying together, and so it is. And so it is. We begin our service, and it is time to come up with the announcements, and that would be me. So, here we are. This is the buzz. What's the buzz? Tell me what's a-happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's a-happening. My name's Buzz. Here's what's a-happening today and this week. Let me get my notes so I can tell us what's a-happening on Sunday, May 1st. I want to say welcome to each and every one on the first day of May. And thank you all for joining us on what's May's first Sunday. Dr. Sue couldn't be here, so Reverend Pam will be giving us our lesson. How to Bat 1,000 is the title of her Sunday session. It will provide for all of us the higher batting average that we seek. And for now, here are the announcements for this week. Morning mindfulness takes place on Wednesday mornings at 9. These meditations with Reverend Pam will connect you with the divine. They take place at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. These are once-a-week sessions that will help you to thrive. Pursuit of Perfection is Rev Pam's title for all of you. Tune in and discover how you can achieve the perfect life that you pursue. On Thursdays on Facebook Live at 7 p.m., our midweek spiritual uplift will boost your divine drive. Our Rev Pam will also be hosting this week's tune-up session. Synchronicity of Life is the title of her very uplifting lesson. And the second session of our social club event will be happening again later this month. On each fourth Sunday, this gathering will be an event that you will want. It happens again on May 22nd, right after our Sunday lesson. We connect with each other socially in this very entertaining session. Doing that in a more positive way is how we will all be guided, and refreshments for all of the attendees will also be provided. Also at 4:30 p.m. on the fourth Sunday of this month, Lisa Coffey will be hosting a class you will want. The wisdom of Vedanta enlightens our lives, thereby ensuring our divine purpose thrives. It takes place May 22nd and is live on Zoom. Her guest and the theme will be announced soon. You can tune into Lisa after our Sunday lesson. Constant Contact has the Zoom list for this enlightening session. And we are continuing with the 2-for-1 sale going on in our bookstore. It remains incredibly well stocked with fantastic things galore. There are lots of books and jewelry in stock that will give your life much glee. And again today, when you buy something you want, you can get something else for free. And keep in mind that our center is here for you. Let us please know what we can do. The spiritual treatment that we provide will reveal your perfection and allow you to thrive. You can always leave a request by phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. And we are excited to once again be able to gather here live in our center, still dedicated to help us all thrive. Your loving donations will keep our center going so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. Later on, we will list the online ways to give, so please do donate from wherever you live. And 2 other places where you can lend a hand. Please do give them whatever you can. The Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. A reminder that our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store gives our center a small donation or more. Please sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute to us at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store, or you can do it online. Another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items you got, it donates to our center right on the spot. And finally, today is the first day of the new month of May. Let's have fun as we all celebrate World Laughter Day. So that's good to know. Internationally. Well, let's laugh about that. But anyway, that's the announcements for today. Up next, another YouTube video we will play. It's another one by Daniel Nahmod, when the title is Unjaded. And I'm sure for all of you, it will be one that is highly graded. Here it is. Thank you.
I used to dream out loud. Just being human made me proud. Now I throw my hands up in the air from disillusion and despair. My heart has taken such abuse. I've used my hurt as my excuse. It's like my hope has disappeared behind the shadow of my fear, and I wonder when If I can love with all of me, if I just love with all of me, so I am only one, I am not alone. I don't need to do everything on my own. I can right one wrong, I can sing one song. I don't need to do everything. I am only one, but I am not alone. I don't need to do everything, no. I can right one wrong, I can sing one song. I don't need to do everything, it's time to dive back in, yeah. It's time to dive back in, oh, it's time to live again. I am unjaded, oh, unjaded, oh, yeah.
Okay. 3 Irishmen walk out of a bar. It could happen. Welcome to World Laughter Day! Hi, I'm Reverend Lynn Chaplain Noy, and I am first and foremost a practitioner. And we have so many wonderful practitioners in our center. Of course, the Reverends, Reverend Pam Geagan, Reverend Dr. Sue Rubin, Reverend Kelly Bershinsky, and I are first and foremost practitioners. Our lead practitioner is Pamela Bailey, and we have quite a stable of practitioners: Marcia Beebe, Shirley Berman, Donna Butler, Pauline Pancake, and what is Buzz Noe? Token testosterone. I'm keeping it up here. And Buzz Noe is also a practitioner. So today I want to talk about welcoming your emotions. And you've seen today everyone is talking about joy and happiness. And so what did I do last night? I watched Sophie's Choice. Well, there's a lot of laughter at Sophie's Choice. So I have, we have control over our emotions. And when I first started at learning how to be an actor, I was told by my teacher in high school to be a friend with my emotions. And so I've always been a drama queen, and that's that. I'm a friend with my emotions. But being available to your emotions, welcoming your emotions, takes robust listening and robust availability for all of your emotions. They're all sacred. We're standing on sacred ground. We are sacred. We are divine, individualized expressions of the One. So all of our emotions available to us are there to teach us. And that they do. When we're crying, we hear the message, we hear the calling. When we're laughing, we can't hear anything but our own laughter. We are relieved from sorrow and relieved from despair. So I have some quotes for us. And the first one is by Dr. Holmes. We should rediscover the youthful spirit, that childlike joy which gave to us the energy, happiness, security, and faith we had as children. So I like that very much. I liked being a child. I was a happy child. And then I grew up. The ability to control your experiences and have them result in happiness, prosperity, and success lies in your own mind and the way you use it, and that is Dr. Holmes. In addition to creating happiness in our lives, cultivate the spiritual practices that lead to joyfulness, especially gratitude. We need to live from a place of gratitude and joy, and that is Brené Brown. So let's have a brief treatment to open our awareness of our funny bone that is available to us. Laughter, joy, tears, it's all good. So let's close our eyes, please. I am aware now and always of a presence. This presence, right here, in this sacred moment. This presence that says, I love you, that guides, directs. This presence, this spirit, this is God. Forever loving, forever guiding, forever informing my life as I speak in the first person. For I know with absolute certainty that I am the divine, individualized expression of all that God is. Therefore, expression and expressiveness they are the key words. For I know that I can trust my emotions, I can trust my feelings, because I know the source of my emotions and my feelings. The source is spirit, divine intelligence, infinite intelligence, love, life, God. My feelings are mine to share, to express, to enjoy, to elevate my experience of life. And so I give great gratitude for these loving truths of oneness with Source and the ability to access emotions that inform and educate and love and guide. I release these loving truths of available emotions and feelings with great delight into the law of mind. I allow divine mind to take care of the fussy details while I enjoy my beautiful, expressive, emotion-filled, delightful life. And together we all say, and so it is. And so it is. Oh boy, I get to do it. I'm doing it. Here's Bill.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
That was a nice prayer, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you. That was nice. How do you freestyle like that? Okay, what did one volcano say to the other volcano? I lava you. I have to give a little appreciation to Buzz right now. Can I do that? Buzz, I appreciate those rhymes and the energy with which you deliver them. I just have to give you some of this because that's the creative side of you, man. It's like, and something all of you don't see on Facebook, something that most of us don't see, because Marcia behind the booth there, no one can see her rocking out on every song that happens. I looked back there and she's a little bit. Can I? What's the word? Vertically challenged? Is that the word? And so all you see is the top of her head going like this. Well, she's dancing back there, man. Okay, here's a song that we can dedicate to whoever you'd like to, somebody special in your life, the creator, your partner, but somebody deserves this song. If not for you, I couldn't even find the door, couldn't even see the floor. I'd be sad and blue if not for you. If not for you, the winter would know no spring. You couldn't hear a robin sing. It would not be new. If not for you, if not for you, if not for you, my sky would fall. The rain would gather too. If not for you, I'd be nowhere at all. I'd be lost. If not for you. If not for you, the winter would know no spring. You couldn't hear a robin sing. I wouldn't have a clue. If not for you. If not for you, my sky would fall. Rain would gather too. If not for you, I'd be nowhere at all. I'd be lost. If not for you. If not for you.
We love you is right. Oh, hi, it's wonderful. Thank you, Bill, so much. And we're talking about batting 1,000 today, and you just did. You wove the larger picture of who we are, for those who are not with us on Facebook, of what it's all about. And if not for you, we would not have had that wonderful experience validated today. And so we just love it when you're here, too. So again, I am not subbing for Dr. Sue, because who could sub for think about this. Who could sub for Dr. Sue? Nobody. But in her spirit, I followed her title, Batting 1,000. Does anybody have their ideas of how that cliche, that colloquialism came about? Does anybody know what batting 1,000 means and how it... Exactly. Has nothing to do with bats at all. It's about hitting and getting the mark there. And so when we talk about batting 1,000, and it's correct, when someone is batting 1,000, it means just exactly what you said. They are doing everything in divine perfection in that moment. So if you're not about batting 1,000, then what is the other side of it? What is the flip side? It is abject failure. That's what it sounds like when you're saying if you're not doing it perfectly, then you're failing epically, as far as I'm concerned, too. And so I'm here today to talk about perfection. Just what we all want to hear. Modeling. I'm modeling perfection. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know, I'm going to go off script here for just a second. I have a lot of notes that I loved, so I have to I have to sift through them kind of here too. But I'll never forget when I had an art class and they showed us these pictures of this face. And I've said this before. And there was this over-exaggerated nose and these weird eyes and a forehead that was too large, and the face just was not attractive at all. And when you put all those parts together, it made Sophia Loren. And so beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder, and weaving what you did so perfectly together to see that larger picture in it. So on World Laughter Day, speaking of perfection, Jerry Seinfeld posed the question, if a book about failure doesn't sell, is it a success? So, and I love that everybody is weaving it. Lynn, you were so great. You were so great. Everybody's so great this morning. So when we're talking about perfection, we're talking about that state of flawlessness. And so seeking perfection in a particular task might apply to, a student in school who wants to get straight A's or whatever, or doing a job at the best you know how. But there is no such thing as perfection being revealed, because you are already perfect. You came out of the factory absolutely perfect from God. You came out batting 1,000 right from the very beginning that the soul decided to incarnate into this life. So seeking perfection is a task that is beyond us trying to find the perfection. It's in this wonderful mystical spiritual universe, there are synchronistic experiences like this morning, and tying this all together without even speaking to one another. There are experiences that people across the world experience and don't even talk to one another, and yet they have it like identical twins. They know this. In this mystical universe, we become part of it every time we shift our consciousness away from the woulda, coulda, shouldas, living in the past, thinking about the future, and the but, and I say, oh, but if only, oh, but if but only. And Cynthia Clare, who founded this church, I'll never forget, the first talk I ever heard her give, and it stuck with me, is the more we say, oh, but, your butt keeps growing and growing and growing. And that is the last thing I want on my list. So when we awaken to the divine energy that lies within us and allow it to flow through us, I always call that the Tao, being in the flow. You don't get dammed up. You get to move forward and upward and onward into doing something greater, and you become part of the universe, which is the one expressing perfectly in and through each and every one of us. You don't feel separated. And many of us, I've talked to us at different times, at different people, you can raise your hands, but how many have had that nanosecond where, beyond the hot dog vendor that said, the guy that comes up and says, I want to be one with give me one with everything, make me one with everything. Who has had that nanosecond of knowing that you are part of something greater, and it is part of you, and there is no separation. So in those moments, those are what I call the perfect moments. And many times, with only a tiny shift of thinking, we can spring back and bring back that spiritual connection, a greater meaning and purpose into our lives, and become fully involved in the ever unfolding process and not be left out. We recognize we are not just little machines. At times, this idea of the perfect versus imperfect causes a lot of distraction. And when we do this, when we are distracted because we have to get a project done, we have to do it right, we have to do it perfect, then you're thinking about nothing but all of the yes buts, woulda, coulda, shouldas, how can I do this better, instead of allowing to be in the flow. A lot of times, instead of being in the flow, a lot of people do the darndest to stop things they are doing in order to get them perfect. How many writers are in here? How many times have we written our first paragraph over and over and over again? I posit that you just get the job done. And what I know after all these years is you show up, you suit up, you get the job done, and you edit it later in post. From video and film, you just go in because you have no choice at sometimes. You have to show up whether you think it's perfect or not, and then we allow Marcia to edit all our programs in post. She makes us look good, which is wonderful. So instead of being in the flow, when you do that, you're damming up the process. There goes your perfection right there. If it's not perfect, you feel you're a failure because you have your idea of beauty. What your idea, and it's that Sophia Loren picture coming together, I always see woven in together so perfectly. We have our own ideas of beauty. Can you imagine looking at the magic of a rainbow and seeing all the colors? I mean, it's magical. It's one of those moments when you're just aware that there's something so much greater happening to you, and then criticizing one of the colors. You think it should be another color? That's what we do when we stop our thinking and our creative process that flows in and through and as us. So in these moments, when we show up, we do the best that we know how, because we're not machines. You know, in the pursuit of perfection, a lot of things happen, and one of the things is in the Newtonian universe, it was to prove what was wrong. Now, in the in our universe, it's not proving what is wrong at all. We are looking for the rightness in the moving forwardness, in the beingness, and being in the moment, because when we're in the moment is when that magic happens. Not looking at the past, not looking at the forward, and machines break down. Machines get tired, they break down, and you can go in and tweak them, but people don't break down. We're not machinery. We are living, breathing human beings, and what makes us that is the perfection of our imperfections. Without that, how would we move forward? How would we know what to do next if we hadn't already had those great experiences that have stopped us in the past from moving forward? You know, I always, my friend Jenny, and she's really my closest friend now for, oh gosh, we figured it out like 42 years, 45 years, something like that. And she would go home and complain to Don, her husband. A lot of the people know these people. That's why I'm mentioning their names. Not that you have to know them, but. And she would say to Don, well, I'm just tired of being stepped on and walked on. And Don would just calmly turn and say, well, Jenny, you're the one holding up the ladder. So I thought, so a lot of when we want to be perfect is because we're afraid of being judged. But who cares what somebody else thinks? I mean, I care, but and I should care what other people think. But when I am doing my highest and best, and I am pushed to my limit to show up, suit up, and be the highest and best I know how, I think I'm batting 1,000. I think I get credit for batting 1,000 right there. No matter how it unfolds, no matter how tongue-tied I get, or whatever I do. And I've done a lot of things in the past, on camera too, that I went, oh my God, this is the worst. And I just walked. I learned long ago, you just walk away, you know, you start over. A new day comes, and you learn from all of your mistakes. So throughout all my years, again, stopping to do the paragraph over and over and over, I asked Plumman, who is the most brilliant writer, to help me write. You're welcome. You're perfect. No, he's perfect. He's a perfect. Yeah, today's laughter day. No, I asked him to help me with a screenplay, and I was so excited about it. And then life showed up, and I've been on the same paragraph just to even do the, and we have a chance at that. We have people, we know people in high places. Before they die, I want to get the screenplay to them. They're not going. They're not. It's 86. No one ever dies. They just go on to their next experience. They'll be helping us plumb them right in the other world. And I'm still on the same wonderful paragraph. I was going to say same damn paragraph. I'm still on the same wonderful paragraph trying to perfect it. And in this perfection, it has stopped me from moving forward. So I'm giving all that up. So I suggest that the very notion of perfection goes back and is rooted in that Newtonian mechanistic experience. We've gone so far beyond that now. We know we are something greater. We know that we are connected. And when we know that we know that we know, that is when the information flows through us, and we do what we do in the moment, because that moment is the good moment. So we are those human beings, not machines. We are the human beings that absolutely are humans becoming. So not only should we be in the moment, but allow the next moment to awaken us to the next great thing, the next big thing. If we're doing something we did, perfection might have been a minute ago, but now that minute's passed. Move on. Get over it. Suit up, show up, look different, open your mind and your heart to something new and exciting that's coming your way, because that's the only way it's going to come into you when you let go of how we did it in the past. What are we doing in the past? It doesn't matter what we did in the past. The past worked, but that past might not be working right in this moment, right here and right now. So in our future, we move relentlessly towards greater emphasis on achievement and goal orientation. But when we do something like that, when all we look is forward, then we lose some of our excitement and our awe and our wondrousness that lies within us. And so individuals who continuously seek perfection, what I have found, and this is about me too, are the ones that are insecure. They're not fully present, because how can you continuously seek perfection and be in the moment? Because if the moment is the divine moment, then you're missing the divine moment every time. You've missed everything that was supposed to be going on while you were stuck in trying to be perfect and all of that. So the uncomfortable truth about perfection is that it is often insecurity in disguise. I cannot tell you how many times I have not done something because it didn't feel right and it didn't feel good, and those opportunities are gone. I let them go at this point in time, and I'm much more in the moment these days, much more into what's happening in and through and around me. And when you look at the news too, you think, what is happening? This is an evolutionary planet. This is an evolutionary experience, and I see all of the rapid, to me, everything's changing so rapidly. Does anybody else agree with me out there? It is just between the technology and the Ukraine and COVID and you name it, and yet all of those things are there to bring us closer, to remind us that we are one with that divine heart, that divine mind, that we're here in this brief moment. It's a brief moment in time. And in this brief moment in time, we're supposed to show up, suit up, do the best we know how, and let the rest go. Know that God is in and through and speaking through us, flowing through us. For we are in this spiritual universe, and everything in our life springs from that spiritual oneness. We are in that perpetual state of becoming, because the universe is always in the perpetual state of evolving and becoming. There are so many things happening on the planet right now, and how we are and how we're showing up as men, women, transgenders, everything. And yet, when I grew up, that didn't exist. Again, this is another fast thing that's happening. And how I can stay stuck in the past and say, well, it worked when I was growing up, just that we had, these things. But that's the past. All of these things are now changing. Thank God for that human nature allowing to be expressed in and through all. And again, though, this is another part of us that is showing up in different ways that are unfamiliar to us. So the pursuit of perfection limits our ability to be present and literally robs us of the vitality of life. And it's unachievable because we're already perfect. If you want to heal the insecurity that catalyzes the desire for your perfection, just let it go. Do the best you know how. Show up, for we are these human beings living in a spiritual universe, in our spiritual body, and pulling upon spiritual oneness that is always there, loving us, guiding us, providing us when we don't dam it up and close it. And we are becoming in that state of evolutionary evolving in our own way when we say, let me look at this, do that tiny shift in consciousness and say, how can I see this in a different way? How can I show up in a different way? So when we are open and receptive to what is evolving in and through and all around us, we're not luckless and star-crossed losers. We're actually full participants in the present and also open to the moment, moment by moment by moment. What we all know in here is our thoughts are powerful. There is nothing that didn't come from a thought from the universe, as far as I'm concerned, from God itself into the mind, and the mind acted on it in visuals with the eyes and the throat and the words, put it down in their minds even more in this third dimensional body, and then it out pictures out into the world. So our thoughts are really, really strong and creative. That's the creation comes from the creator that creates its creation by means of you and by means of me and by means of all, flowing in and through and as us. So our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Be careful what you pray for. I'm just thinking about Rev Lynn, who prayed for new carpet, and the pipe underneath her office broke. And she has a beautiful floor now with much effort. But, I think about these things all the time. Be careful what you pray for. And Lisa, last week with her butter, Lisa came, her sister sent her 40 cocoons. And I said, Lisa, have you been wanting to be a grandmother? And she said, yes. I said, well, you have 40 grandchildren now. She is overwhelmed with these cocoons, taking care of them. So when we shift our worldview and recognize how the universe is operating and ask this question, how do I fit into this rapidly changing, ever-evolving universe? And when we listen, that's when we learn new ways of seeing life and all of its perfection. Ask yourself in your quiet moments, am I willing to be part of an inseparable unity with the divine energetic presence from which my soul lives, breathes, and has its being, and resides in me from the beginning of time? What does it mean to be inseparable from a spiritual oneness with the divine? It's those nanoseconds that we experience when we get those great ahas, that we know that we know that we know that we are one. We are like the hot dog vendor, one with everything. Give me the hot dog, one with everything in it. So in this new worldview, synchronicity exists, it lives, it breathes, it manifests. It puts us on the playing field like physicist Stephen Hawking, who wrote, we are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star, but we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. It all matters that you just don't give up. Keep on keeping on. And I close with 2 Stephen Hawking quotes. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. And however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. And to me, if that way of living and moving and being on the planet is in this precious moment with you, in this moment, in this sanctuary, and whoever else will see this, then I am batting 1,000 because I am with you in this precious moment. And so it is. And so it is. I bring the storyteller up through music. Bill Rotella, yay!
You mentioned batting 1,000. So the baseball story of batting 1,000 is, if you're a baseball player and you get a hit 3 times out of 10 at bats, you're considered an all-star. And that's like 30%. So batting 300 is an all-star baseball player, and they fail. They're not successful 7 out of 10 times, and they're still an all-star.
I didn't know that.
That's the whole thing. Batting.
How many people have done that?
Well, the Hall of Fame has, I don't know, a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000. There's some players that are really that can hit, but if you're successful 3 out of 10 times, Can I share a thought with you before I sing a song?
Of course.
You know, I did this big event last night with my band. That's why I always come in here with my voice is so hammered. You guys, why is you always so hoarse? Because I'm screaming it on Saturday nights, you know. Anyway, I was driving here going, you know, and it was a difficult event. Like the event planner was, you know, sometimes there's people that are just in the flow and they're just appreciative and it's easy, and sometimes it's like, you know, difficult, right? But coming over here, I was going, you know, it's really not, and I really enjoy coming here, you know. And I was going, you know what? It's not about this, it's about that. And I've been thinking that all morning, going, it's not about the difficult lady last night that was, you know, just nervous about this huge event and could not relax, you know. I was able to play with some incredible musicians, and it's about that. And watching this 91-year-old woman get moved by the music so much, she got up and she was just dancing her heart away, 91, and people were watching her trying to make sure she doesn't fall over, but she was just head back, swaying. I was going, man, it's this, it's not that. You know what I mean? So whatever. I had to share that with you. Sorry. Yeah, right on. So I'm not going to see you guys next week for Mother's Day, and this song has been, I have not played this song in probably 5 years, but I wrote this for my parents who were at their 67th anniversary. Just saying. And it really is kind of like a message for all you moms out there, because we kind of get this. So this song has multiple lyrical messages, you know. For so many years, nothing's changed. Little else appears to be the same. Still a truth that shines like the stars above. Once upon a love. Dreams we weaved as one. Together, promises become forever. Still a truth that shines like the stars above. Once upon a love. It wouldn't matter if the sun don't shine. Wouldn't matter if the oceans went dry. We'd have enough if we had nothing left but time together forever. You'll always be the light inside this world. You mean to me. Brighter than the moon and the stars above. Once upon a love. Wouldn't matter if the sun don't shine. Wouldn't matter if the oceans went dry. We'd have enough if we had nothing left but time together forever. And when our home grows quiet and our seeds turn into grows, when every memory means so much, I'll remember this forever, love. We'll remember this forever, love. Once upon a love. Once upon a love. Thank you.
You know, not to make anybody sad, but good memories. Ralph and Betty Ann were married 67 years. And Betty Ann, you were her fave. And what was her favorite song? She loved, when you left, everything went right. She just loved it.
I told someone that story from a Senior Valley Spiritual Center. This lady called me back. She says, that song. I go, you won't believe who likes that song and where I actually sang it in a spiritual center.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's a great song, but Betty Ann just loved it. She just, And we love you and all. And Betty Ann in the heaven world is looking down when you're here being with you. I know it. So in this moment, we're going to read our together, and please, out in Facebook world, read along with us. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, and that's the way it is. And now, as I go into our closing prayer, you can pass the baskets too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Sandy. Just as we know right here and right now, there is that divine presence that's coming in and through and as us. We know that the energy of the divine within us comes out to support this center as well. We know that all God's gifts come from the heaven world. And so I am open. As I stay in the I am, please know with me, I am open and receptive to receiving the bounty of all of the good, that and so much more in this moment. And that and so much more is for anyone who needs a prayer today around the world. Let us take a moment of silence and just hold in our heart, first from the vision of that world that works together, to individuals that you hold in your heart in this moment, seeing our energy absolutely go out. Filling them with divine love, divine assurance that God is, I am, and that my life is unfolding perfectly no matter what. And so as we let go and we begin this week before Mother's Day, I see new birth, new spring, new ideas, and I am open and receptive to opening up to them and seeing how they fit in my life and how they support my beingness today. And I just step up, step out, suit up, and get the job done. For I am that unique fingerprint of God, and nobody else can do what I do. I can't be anyone else. It's already taken. So I just give thanks for it all in this moment and for everyone in this service that shows up so absolutely brilliantly and also generously. I let this go. I know it's so. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is. Will the crew come up? Bill, you too. For us to sing the peace song. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Lynn and I called one another. We have the same outfit. We planned it. Different colors.
One more quick share. Electricity comes from electrons. So I guess that means morality must come from morons.
So sing along with us.
happening to me right now. I know it in my mind. I feel it in my body. I see it in my life. And so it is.